Hello, hello. We are live with Terra Nullius, Season 3, Episode 35. Yeah, 35.
Are we all in the right place?
We are in the right place, yep, because I was smart, and I did it. I figured it out.
Oh my gosh.
So,
what's it like to be smart?
You know, I ask myself that question every day, and I don't ever have an answer, so... So we're here. We're playing some Dungeons & Dragons. And I gotta say, I've had a very long day. But the whole day, I was just like, Terra Nullius, it's gonna be so good. And that's not to say that my day wasn't good. It was very long. And will be the perfect capstone to a good day. So, I'm excited. I'm excited to find out what happens to your guys' characters. Because I certainly don't know. So, that's what we're doing here. We're playing to find out. So, where were we? What were we doing? What was going on?
Ari tried to break up with Mickey, and then he was like, "Please don't." She's like, "Okay."
Oh yeah, that did happen last.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you had to use inspiration to not get a natural.
That 7 is still on the chat, and it seriously like gives me anxiety.
It's right there. Yeah, yeah.
It's right there.
Yep. It's pretty distressing. But yeah, so it is. I don't know, what day is it?
January
What day
3rd.
is it?
January 3rd, is that what it is? Yeah.
If we haven't slept
That makes sense.
after Boney snake attack, everything.
No, it's the morning right now. It's like 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, because we just got attacked. That's right.
We got attacked first thing in
Yeah.
the morning.
Yes,
and then
that's true.
The aside,
So
and
it
was
is
like,
It's
so
January 3rd.
sorry. We didn't have that conversation.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, I guess what's the plan? Because like, are you gonna just wait around for another 24 hours and then get another long rest in, or keep going?
No, we're gonna keep going
Okay.
for sure.
We actually,
I think, right?
we didn't do that badly in the combat.
You didn't.
I mean,
You didn't really.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think we used up. I mean, Raya's used up like a bunch of her spells for sending.
I've used up all my high level spells, but I still have all my low level stuff.
But I think we'll be okay. I'm not too terribly.
Hopefully, we don't regret that.
All right. Sounds good.
But
Caleb's smiling, that worries me.
because he's probably rolled up a random encounter, and he's like, "You guys will need all those spells to."
But we already
will-
had a random
I
encounter.
will neither confirm nor deny.
We have the beans, and we have Liamon's tiny hut. We can make it through.
It's true.
Oh wait, no, I can't cast tiny.
You can't. You do have
I
the
can
hood
cast
though.
his ritual.
No, so I could cast. I could take out the beans, right? Put the dome over us, and then you could start casting it right away.
Do the beans last for 10 minutes?
No, they. Oh, well, you could cast it in a minute though.
No,
It's
I
not-
use my high level
Use
spell
another
slot.
spell slot. Yeah.
Yeah, then I don't know. Then we're screwed. But I could at least cast the dome to like give us a second
Yeah,
to like,
yeah.
you know,
Buff yourselves or something. Yeah.
buff ourselves or whatever. Yeah, and you know, just give us a head start.
Can we say we took a short rest?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, then my bardic inspiration right back.
Yeah,
I mean,
we can
you
do
have the
that.
time. You can definitely take a short rest.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, probably resting like while Miggy and I were having a very serious conversation.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, should we go over goals?
Yes.
Yes, that's a good idea. Thank you for reminding me. I haven't done any amount of like thinking about like this session today at all. So like I'm a little lost as to the order of things anymore. So yes, character goals. Toity, what you got?
Same as usual. Find a Dakali sister. Make a name for myself on the mainland.
Mm-hmm. And a third goal. That
Maybe. I mean, who knows?
nobody ever has a third goal, so it's fine.
What are third goals? What's the number 3?
What is the number 3? I don't even know.
Oh, hey, nice to meet you, Gabe Newell.
Dang it, Jordan! You got to the joke before I could.
Today's
Happens
session.
so frequently.
Today's session not brought to you by the number 3, which doesn't exist. All right,
But it is brought to you by Valve.
it's true. It's true.
Thou shalt count to number 3.
A
Shall
one,
not proceed.
a 2, a 3. All right, Raya, what you got?
Teach Darius how to read.
Mm-hmm.
To find out more stuff about the drugs.
Perfect.
And a mysterious third goal.
I have it written down here as in all caps, Sabu.
Yeah,
Yep.
that pretty much encompasses
Yep.
it.
Mhm.
Nobody heard that though, right?
No.
Nobody heard what?
Heard what?
Heard what?
Okay, perfect.
Good. Perfect.
Okay, I'll
Perfect.
be back in a second.
All right, sounds good. Ari.
Find the Cult of the Dying Flame,
Mhm.
train Nikki, and
Mhm.
I'm going to change my first goal, the
Okay.
verbiage. And honestly, Caleb, I'm going to ask you,
Yeah.
can we just say that that the verbiage has been different this whole time? Because Ari would, just knowing Ari,
Mhm.
she would not use the verbiage fulfill my contract with Lord Navarro. That's just a player thing that I did.
Right. So how would Ari view it?
Get out of my contract with Lord Navarro.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind.
Okay, thank you.
Because that
Get
could be
out.
done. Yeah, that could be done either by fulfilling
Completing
it or
Or just by other things. Because
just by
leaving.
getting out of it. Yeah.
Because the thing is that I know that Ari has had several moments in this campaign where she's like, I should just leave. Like, she just doesn't care. She's only staying in this contract for as long as it's beneficial for her. And right now it's beneficial for her to stay in it. But the moment it's not, she will ditch.
So the thing is, though, I feel like I can't give you XP if you just leave, if you just ditched the contract, because you're not going to roll anything to do that. You're just going to leave. Getting out of the contract is a different thing than leaving the contract, right? You could not fulfill the contract and then find a way to get out of the contract by like talking to Navarro and saying like, maybe you haven't, you've done something horrible and so we're defaulting this or whatever, right? There would have to be something there that would like get Ari out of it instead of her just like abandoning it.
So some sort of loophole.
Yeah, you could find a loophole maybe, or...
I mean, the contract is so vague is the problem. Like, and you even have a specific phrase in there that says, I think something along the lines of like, as to your capabilities. She could just argue like, this is beyond my pay grade.
And so again, the only issue is you would have to make a roll of some sort to actually get out of it. You couldn't just be like, and I'm out, peace, bye.
And that's fine, but I want to have my options open for other than just fulfillment of it.
Yeah, sure.
So that's fine. So if Ari just flat out just ditches, that's fine. I will take that as like
a loss. Yeah,
a loss. But if she gets out of it some other way, like joining the other thing, or like, you know.
Yeah. If you manage to convince Faustino to make a contract with you, I would count that as getting out of your contract with Lord Navarro, because you've made a roll to like switch over your allegiance, which is different. Also, if you killed Navarro, that would count.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Or
something
if someone else killed Navarro.
Or if someone else. Well, I mean, Ari would have to make a roll to help that person kill Navarro at the very least.
Like if we got a combat with Navarro, like
then that would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want other options other than just.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that makes sense.
I could just see like Caleb's mind just spinning right now with a whole bunch of ideas.
You know it, buddy.
So that's fine. I will take that as a loss if Ari just decides to just.
Yeah.
But because that could happen. There have been multiple times when that could have happened.
It's true.
But at the same time, I didn't want to be like, I'm just not going to play Ari anymore. So.
Yeah, of course not.
Okay,
Cool.
So that's it. So that's switched.
Right. Yeah, let me switch the verbiage on that. On my own notes.
Get out of.
Yeah.
And that's honestly how she would word it.
Yep, that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Darius?
Darius doesn't have goals. No.
Darius has lots of goals.
He does.
He has way more goals than are even on the possible goal list.
Yeah, I know. But they're all kind of related to each other.
That's true. That's fair.
Learn more about how someone becomes the god of death. Still need that starting point.
Mm-hmm.
Finish the last figurine.
Yep. Which is going to be your figurine now.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yep.
Learn more about the caretaker. Who was he?
And of course, I take a bite when I shouldn't have.
It's okay. I can keep talking if you need me to.
Yeah, just say something random.
Something random.
Pineapple, tuna fish, strawberry sandwich.
I appreciate both of you. Thank you. All right. Also,
you wouldn't have appreciated what came to my mind.
Yeah, I'm sure I wouldn't have.
Jordan, the sound test I did yesterday. Never mind. I'll message it to you.
Yeah, I know it had something to do with chicken.
You remember half of it then.
And then, of course, last but certainly not least, I mean, maybe he's least, I don't know. Miggy has has the 3 goals: help Raya recover from her loss, prove myself to the party, and his new goal is marry Ari.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay.
He should come talk to his boy Darius.
Yep.
Or they should, I guess. Whenever.
I mean, he should probably try to convince me first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll
Like
see.
a surprise wedding.
What's gonna be awesome is what's gonna happen.
I just do the ceremony while she's
You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna be in the middle of the ceremony, and then Samuel's
Yep,
just
I
going
was just about to say that. Yeah.
Let's have a nice ceremony on the beach.
You guys, exactly. You guys are gonna get to the point. You guys are gonna get to the point in the ceremony where Darius is like, "Does anyone here object to the wedding, to the wedding, the joining
Samuel's
of
like,
these-"
I object.
I object."
Well,
Yeah.
What if it's
He
more
doesn't
like?
even know I'm alive though.
But once
Or
he
I think
sees that
does
you're
now.
alive,
I just imagine something like, you may, like, instead of saying you may now kiss the bride, it's more like you may now, and then Darius sees like the other humans in all this party.
I'm
Pull
so
out your
excited.
swords and turn around.
all right, make a note on that. That's definitely gonna be a thing that happens. Definitely gonna. I mean, we all saw that coming. That Ari
Oh,
and
yeah.
Miggy's eventual wedding is gonna be interrupted. Oh, duh.
Duh.
Okay,
We'll
well.
see.
I mean, yeah, we'll see if it even happens.
As long
But
as Raya
Supposed to be
and
here soon.
Sabu's wedding isn't it?
We'll see.
Anyway, so that all happens. Y'all can take a short rest and then continue on and do whatever it is you want to do, which I assume is
Ari and Nikki come back holding hands, by the way.
I want
Tear.
to go to
happy
Disney World.
tear.
Can I do that? Do I have to make a roll for
What?
that?
No,
For what?
can't. Disney World doesn't exist yet,
Yet.
but it will.
Can we make Disney World?
Oh my god.
That's a great business idea.
Can you imagine Disney World with actual
It's
magic?
actual magic, the literally most magical place on earth.
Seth, we need to start a banana split stand.
Yes. No, split pea soups.
Split pea soup. Well, we'll do both. We'll start the first one and then the banana stand after.
Perfect.
That's it.
Damage Guild
figured,
podcast.
yeah.
Okay.
So, y'all go another hex, I guess. Is that?
Yeah.
the
Yeah, we
plan?
want to go because there's two ways we could go.
Yeah, you
right?
can go either way.
Go south because
You can go
I
south?
figured we want to go further away from the capital rather
That
than
makes sense.
the one closer to it.
And-
Mm-hmm.
As we're exploring, I'd like to look for that plant that I figured out from last time was maybe drugs.
Oh, sure.
Oh, I guess we are technically following the river going the way we're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would that
Yeah,
be
we're still following the river. Just and
Would
are
that
we
be a
back, are we still in
survival?
Savannah or are we back in Swamp?
No, you are still in the swamp, my friends.
is that a survival role, Caleb, for trying to find drugs?
Yes. It is a survival role to find drugs.
Darius would be
17.
Okay. Yeah, Raya, you definitely find some drugs. So it just depends on make a luck save for me. Roll a d20 to see the situation in which you find these drugs, whether it's advantageous to you.
19.
Okay, so there's definitely a perfect moment where I'm trying to think of what would be happening specifically, but whatever it is, Toity, Ari, and Darius and Miggy are not paying attention, or like there's a bend in the game trail that you guys are following, or whatever. And you see the plant, and you have the perfect opportunity to just take it, and no one's gonna see you do it.
Perfect.
Would you like to do so?
No, I just wanted to find them.
You just wanted to
Leave
find it,
there.
and now that you're face to face with temptation,
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Just say no.
Yeah, I'm just slip them into it. It's fine.
here's a question for the luck rolls.
Mhm.
Do you think 11 would be considered more lucky or 20? Because
Mhm.
if you get here's my reasoning
Mhm.
for it. Because if you get an 11, you just barely missed a 10.
I mean, technically, because of the way probability works, you're always
it's-
doing that
yeah.
in the same, right? Like it's
Yeah. Well, I guess
it's
my
not like a
point would be
roulette
like-
wheel, right? Where it's like, oh, almost like, yeah.
That's fair.
But I usually just kind of, usually it's just like, is it good or bad? And I just say,
Yeah.
are you on the positive side or the negative side? But sometimes if you get like a 19 or a 20, I'll be like, yeah, you find yourself in the perfect situation, exactly what you wanted. because that's the homebrew rule that I've made up off the top of my head for this game that doesn't have a luck save. So, Riot, remind me, was this a drug that like you can just take, or one you have to process first?
The book said it could be used as a drug, but who knows if I understand like what I'm like. I don't know if I like. It didn't say like you have to do this to make it be functional as a drug. I think it probably just said like this is also like maybe used as a drug. It doesn't have like you must cook it over high heat for 30 minutes.
Right. So remind me. So I guess the thing is, right, with this book too. This is the book that Miggy brought, right? This is the okay. So this is old world stuff too. So this certainly looks like that plant, but who knows whether or not it actually is. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because it's who knows. It certainly could be the same plant, but it's a different continent. So.
Wow.
I'm excited to see what happens when Raya tries to make a meth lab.
So Raya and Akashi are
they're both trying to do the same thing right now.
Well, Akashi's not trying to take drugs. He's just like trying
to make drugs for other people to take.
Yeah. So when
there's a difference between potions and drugs.
No, he's also finding drugs though. He is.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is, because he found fun little fact that Akashi's been doing right now. He found the old like text that described the orbs making in the tower.
He found the poultices.
Yeah, exactly. So he's been working on that too. But I was just gonna say, basically, Akashi right now is just the guy from Breaking Bad. That's his whole thing right now.
He's Walter White.
He's Walter White. So that's what's happening right now.
We leave the camp alone. And it's just gonna fall apart.
Nope, don't do drugs.
Yeah, guys, let's again preface this. Don't do drugs. Don't do that.
What we're going to have to do for the podcast version of this is just make a recording of
an actual PSA. Yeah,
that just plays at the beginning of the episode.
Exactly.
Until we're out of the drugs.
And we'll have happy music. We'll have happy music playing in the background.
This episode does not condone drugs.
So cool. So you guys spend the rest of the day traveling through swamp again, which is super fun. Yeah, what are you gonna try to look for specifically?
I specifically want to look for clues for the Cult of the Dying Flame. If I could just find something.
Good idea.
Because I've just kind of been doing general survival roles, but I'm like, as we're getting closer, I probably should
Yeah, that makes sense.
Something.
Are you gonna have Miggy help you, or do you need my help?
Miggy, boyfriend, come help me.
Of course, Ari. I'll help you with anything you want.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
21.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, 24.
24. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So, I'm trying to think of how to frame this.
We've been framed.
You've been framed.
Boo.
Thank you, Caleb.
I'd have done it if I had one.
I got a frame from Goodwill today to hang up the little thing that Emily gave me for Christmas, because I hadn't done that yet.
I had a hard time finding one the right size, so
yeah,
good for you.
Yep, Goodwill's where to do it. Find lots of random frames, but so I think what happens is Ari and Miggy find. Okay, so you find some interesting tracks, Ari.
Okay.
You find big ol' tracks that don't look like it's honestly a little confusing to you, Ari. They look like boots, but they're obviously very big. But the foot is too round. This doesn't look like a person's foot. Like, you're not sure what this is. It's obviously a bipedal creature, whatever it is. But it has very round feet, and they're very large, and you're like, it's not an ogre, because I've seen those before, but like, you're just confused. But they lead in a certain direction. Would you like to follow that direction?
I would like to use my primeval awareness.
Okay, sure.
Just to see if I can figure out if this is like something that's bad.
Right. What are the ones that it tells you?
great question. Let's look it up, shall we? I always have to look. They'll literally tell you like every single
There's a lot
time.
of types.
There's
that
a
you
lot
can
of
look
things,
at,
though.
Yeah.
Aberrations,
Okay.
celestials, dragons, elemental, fae, fiends, and undead.
There are undead, as there usually are, but
usual.
that's it.
Interesting. So I know that it's
Not
probably
one of those types. Yeah.
not one of those. Okay, so
It's probably not an undead either.
yeah, no, probably not.
Undead
would
elephant.
An undead elephant man, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
well,
bipedal.
but it's bipedal.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it
Elephant
can't
man, possibly, but also this is South America, so
be- Yeah,
no.
I would assume not.
That's why I could safely say it and not give Caleb ideas.
Okay.
I mean, you don't know, Seth. Maybe an
Also,
African
this world
explorer.
doesn't-
Okay.
Oh, you know, there's actually definitely elephant men in Africa. Like, of course, that's a thing in this world.
Of course it is. So I don't know. I think RA just kind of says these tracks are like. I think I like look at like Darius and I'm like, Darius, like what he like. Think of these like. They're just big, giant, round feet. I've never seen anything like this before.
Darius goes over and he like puts his foot into it and kind of leans down. I think we need to move quickly and carefully.
Caleb, I'd like to take advantage of
I
a
would
personal. I'd like to take advantage of a personal trait I keep forgetting I have.
Yeah,
I've
sure.
had since the beginning of since it started. Personal trait. I know a story. I know a story relevant to almost every situation.
Okay.
Would I have any? Given that, I want to roll to see if
Do you want
I
to make a
have an
history
idea
check?
of
Yeah.
What we are looking at.
Yeah.
Because of my personal trait, could I have advantage?
Sure. I mean, I don't think the traits are supposed to like
Okay.
do anything
I
in
don't
particular, but that's fine. Yeah. If that's a thing that's true about Toity.
know. Doesn't matter.
Okay. So this reminds you of. Let's see. Where would you have encountered something like this before?
Not necessarily encountered. I might have just heard a story.
Or just heard a story, right? Okay. So I think you heard a story about a mad wizard of some sort in Germany once, that made like people out of various materials. And
Golems.
people, yeah. I mean, that's the D&D thing that like comes to mind for all of us probably. But like, that's you've heard a story about some sort of thing where it's like they look like people, but they're like statues or whatever, right? Like that sort of thing. And they're made out of various materials. Ari, do you want to make a investigation check? Because I think there's maybe a something with combined with that, you might be able to, if Toady shares that information. There's.
I'd probably like share like this reminds me of
Yeah.
a story.
Oh no. Ari has no idea. Yeah.
But I know how many there are, right? Because of my survival role. Like how many?
Yeah. You see the tracks for 2, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
There's some old tracks. There's some new tracks. It seems like they've been around here a while. So it's difficult to say for certain, but probably 2.
Okay. I mean, okay. Let me look at my character sheet real quick. So I mean, I think I just say, do you guys want to go towards this? It could be some kind of clue for the Cult of the Dying Flame. I don't know.
Well, I'll say this much: if this is for the Cult of the Dying Flame, they are far more powerful than I think we've seen anything we may have seen before.
I mean, it's very possible.
Do you think
Well, actually,
that
quick question. Did it look approximately in size to, what was it that we saw in the cave? Was that a golem technically?
It was a construct, yeah. Toity, if you think of it, I think it brings to mind that for sure.
Yeah, I was like, this reminds me a lot of that construct we ran into.
Yep.
You know, the dumb one.
Wow, you insulted Willow like that?
I was gonna say,
No, the dumb one. And no, the one that was like literally like, what do I do?
That wasn't
was
a construct,
a
that was an
wind.
elemental.
That was an
yeah,
elemental.
that was a wind.
Oh,
that's
that's what I was asking about.
No,
You
no,
said
I'm
the
talking about the
cave.
construct that
Yeah.
That Willow used.
Willow used.
Yeah.
That's what probably comes to
Oh no,
mind.
I was thinking about
Yeah, that's an elemental. Yeah, it's a.
Oh, I forgot it was an element. Oh wait,
Yeah,
you're
it
right,
was a
right,
storm
right.
guy. Remember?
Because
Yeah.
it was wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of it like pounding against the door and thinking it was a construct
Oh
for some
no.
reason.
Yeah.
We should have named him.
So, okay.
So yeah, no, that would remind you. It does remind you of the construct.
So
though.
what I want to do is I want to say, let's go check this out. I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace so we can try to like stealth
Sure.
on this
Yeah.
and like check it out.
Yeah. Sure.
Ari, let me know when we're close. I can make sure that they don't hear us coming.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if I can tell that, but you know,
Well, let me know when you think we're close.
I don't know if I can do that. Everybody roll stealth checks.
I have something that can help, maybe.
Okay.
Ooh.
Cast guidance on yourself.
Ooh, nice stealth roll, Ryan.
No. First of all, 12. Second of all, no, I was gonna say like help either with the constructs knowing where they are.
God. I rolled
or-
a critical failure.
Wow.
It's a 19.
It's
even when
still
a
more
critical
than
failure,
Raya.
But it's more than Raya, but it's still a critical failure, so it doesn't really matter.
It's true. And given our house rules on this, that just means you failed.
Yeah, well, because that's what we've been doing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So
if we want to know if we think they're constructs, then maybe I have something that could help locate them. Or if we want to see if the cult of the dying flame, if we think they're close,
okay.
then I could also possibly use it to locate them. But it's only if there would be within 1,000 feet.
I mean, that's not very much, but I mean, if you want to try, go for it. If you think that'll
Well,
help.
that's what I'm saying. Is it's very strong, powerful magic. So if we feel like it would be helpful, then I can do it, or I can save my powerful magic for other things.
Well, I mean, we're already failing the stealth roll.
Yeah,
so-
I was going to say, like, I think Ari's just like, nah, it's fine. We'll just stealth there, and then yeah.
Okay.
Ari's just so enamored with her new boyfriend. She's just like, he's so cute.
You just hear loud giggles from Ari when she's trying to be stealthy.
Is that literally what happens?
No, I think I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Probably.
What is it that makes Ari like not stealthy at all?
She's probably distracted with Miggy, honestly.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't think she's
Wait,
giggling.
She's not giggling. Yeah, that makes sense.
Roll one for Miggy. See if Miggy's
yeah.
distracted by Ari.
Sorry, I was gonna do that. I forgot.
Roll a critical failure with me so we can just be like,
Failed
oh.
together. He has pretty good stealth.
Well, so do I. No, he was fine. He was okay.
Yeah, he
He
actually
wasn't
didn't roll that well. He just
No,
has a
he
very
didn't.
high stealth modifier.
But okay, so we're just both distracted. We're just like holding hands, like
You're literally holding hands while you're trying to walk places. Oh man, Raya's gonna hate this.
I don't think Ryan
Ari
minds
don't
because she's
care.
probably a little busy trying to figure out drugs.
Yeah, Raya really needs the drugs now.
That's how Raya
Yeah.
finds the drugs. They're too busy holding hands.
Yeah, that's probably a reason. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're focused on each other, and so Raya's just like, guys, I got some drugs, and they just don't pay attention. That's
we're
funny.
just like, what, honey? Huh?
Nothing.
Yeah, nobody even
Our
cares
child,
about me.
what?
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so what happens based on our
So you guys
fail?
get ambushed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Failed, Ari.
Okay.
Wait, would we have noticed them though before we get
Yeah,
ambushed?
can we make
Possibly, yeah. Let me make a roll here.
Hopefully, us saying that we didn't need a long rest doesn't bite us in the butt.
Oh, we definitely noticed two of them at least.
Yes.
That's just with our passive perception, we'd notice them.
Yeah.
Can we roll perception checks to see if like we can
Yeah,
beat
that's fine.
the 18?
Wow. Look, I
Raya
rolled a
doesn't
one.
see
Hey!
anything.
And Mickey
Whoa.
can't be surprised, so it doesn't even matter for him. Right?
Yes, that's true. Yep.
Wow, guys,
So
that's crazy.
what
Roll
happens
initiative.
is
If we all had advantage on that, that would have been fantastic.
It's true.
It would have been.
It's very true, actually. Yeah. Yeah, you all would have succeeded. So, what happens is...
Wait a second. Let me double check something real
Yeah,
quick. No, wait. I think that's counter trem doesn't help us at all.
Can we just like acknowledge the fact that she
Nope,
rolled
that's being
one
frightened.
and a nat 20?
Oh
It's
my
pretty good.
goodness.
It's pretty good. It's
What
pretty
are
cool.
those?
So,
What are
those?
Oh my God.
They look
They're
like...
wearing white tennis shoes.
They
on
are.
their feet.
They are, yeah. They're gonna say they look like these.
Oh, those are so cool.
Yeah, thank you. I found a really cool picture for them. So they're like clay, and they're like covered in vines. They're like looks like they've been in the jungle for a very, very long time. But basically, they're just kind of like laying in the muck, and you guys don't even notice them at first, right? The fact that
They're like blending in.
they're blending in because you're around some ruins. So you follow the tracks and you end up around like some ruins in the swamp here. So there maybe was a city or village or something here at one point, but it's been reclaimed by the swamp. But yeah, so they just seem like part of the swamp at first, but then I think it's Miggy, right? You guys are like paying attention to each other, Ari, and then Miggy just like stops holding your hand and like looks around and he says, "Oh, this is bad," and then just like draws his sword, and then everybody else just realizes that there are two big old golems that just come up out of the muck.
Can we
But you rolled three.
I
You rolled
did.
3 stealth checks.
Well, we only see 2 of them.
You only
Mickey
see 2 of
knows
them.
about 3.
Well, Miggy can't be surprised. It doesn't mean he sees.
Well, then
them.
roll
he doesn't
for
see
him.
them. Okay, so then
Oh, that's
roll
true. Yeah, sorry.
for
I
him.
forgot
Then
to-
I'm sorry.
Come on, Caleb.
Well, I told him not to roll because I was just like,
Yeah.
oh well. It
Oh
doesn't
no!
even-
So
Miggy
Miggy
sees it.
sees the last one. Then yep, perfect. And so he reveals that the last one is there too.
should Toity and not Toity, should Miggy and Darius technically be switched since they were kind of
Oh yes, that's very
Okay.
true. Yep, that's definitely what should happen.
Oh, okay. Never mind. We're gonna do that then. Okay.
You need to have like hand tokens and put it in between them.
Oh, wait a second. Give me.
Oh my gosh.
No, give me a second. Give me a second.
Oh
I might
my
have something
gosh, you
for
actually
this.
have something.
Are you
Look,
gonna,
I'm
like,
just
hearts
gonna
on our
go.
tokens.
Oh, perfect. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay,
What?
look
What
at
is that?
it's a little hand. It's a little floating hand.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
those are really gross. I don't like those at
Well,
all.
they're-
That's
it's like the
weird.
mage hand
Yeah.
thing.
It's
Ugh.
like, ooh, let me feel you.
Look, yeah, it does look like they're stroking a face.
That's funny. That's very funny. Yeah, they're just like touching each other's faces. But yeah, so I like to say, right, this moment is definitely like a really cool Mickey moment because he is the one who just sees all of them, tells everybody, and then just is like, there's one there, and one there, and like immediately it's just like everyone attacks sort of a thing. So
Love it.
let's roll that initiative. Don't do it yet because I gotta clear the turn order. Now do it. Okay, good. And we will.
So
Ah,
then
Start
are
this
we
fight.
not? Are we not surprised then, or are we?
You're not
still-
surprised. No, nobody's surprised because of Mickey.
Really? Because
Thanks.
I didn't think that's how surprise rounds work. I thought it was only people who succeed on their perception checks.
Well, so the thing is, you succeeded on your perception checks to see all of them, but the last one, and so
Oh,
Right.
right.
so it doesn't matter that much. Yeah,
Got it.
and
Okay,
Mickey
that
saw
makes
the other
sense.
one, so it just makes more sense to like Mickey revealed them all to you. So
guys, their dex is bad. Maybe I'll be able to hit him with Sacred Flame.
yeah, maybe. I need to roll initiative for Pepe.
And of course, I'll get the first initiative because he
Right.
always does.
Dang.
What a
Yep,
surprise.
there he
My
is.
17.
Good old Mickey. All right.
Okay, so question for you, Caleb.
Mhm.
When is he gonna? What is his thing? Is prove myself to the party? What does that mean? Like, when is that gonna? Like,
I think we talked about this at
when
some
he
point.
doesn't go down in combat.
Well, yeah, when he seems to be a member of the party on par with everybody else, right?
Mhm.
When there's not a noticeable difference between the way that he is in combat and the way that everybody else is in combat.
When he doesn't run up and I have to feel like I have to spend all my turns
Exactly.
healing him.
Yeah, and I'm sure
instead
we'll
of
find
doing
that
something
moment,
else.
right?
Awesome! Finally! Creatures made of inorganic material have disadvantage against shatter. It's finally relevant.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
Okay, so first I'm gonna have Miggy pull out a short bow. Actually, he'll pull out a short bow and attack the one in front. Wish he had advantage. That would have been nice.
That would have been.
He misses, so it just plinks off of the clay golem's armor. But can he take? Wait, let me look at this.
He doesn't get multi-attack.
He doesn't?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think rogues get that.
I wasn't thinking that, but just making sure that I have all of this figured out. Okay, so he dash, disengage, or hide. Oh, thank you. Trying to think. I'm trying to be specifically much more smart with Miggy than I have been, and actually think through this.
Thinking
Because I feel like he would be. Right? I'm trying to like accurately portray him getting better at this, which means that I have to get better in D&D. So, I think that's all he does because he doesn't want to just like leave you guys and go try to hide somewhere. That doesn't really make sense. So that's his turn. Doesn't really have anything else. So Toity, it's you.
Unfortunately, they're not close enough that I can hit multiples at once, and I do not have enough spell slots to waste it at one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as awful as what about this? What does this do? Can I use this as an attack? I can, can't I?
Guys, I'm so sorry. Ari is so useless in this combat right now. Because I know golems and piercing, bludgeoning, slashing does nothing to them if it's non-magical. I have nothing. I have the beans and spike growth.
I have the beans.
All I have.
I got the beans.
That's why I think this is what I'm gonna do. I am going to start moving this direction. I'm gonna say to everyone, like, how do I word this? Yeah, the story I knew of these golems, were they intelligent or are they sentient?
Some of them were, some of them were not. It really depends on the type of a golem.
On the creator.
Yeah.
I think Toity's just gonna say, get them to funnel in close. So essentially trying to get them to group together.
Right, sure.
And he's gonna move 1.
I assume you say that in common.
3, 4, 5. Yes.
Okay.
And use produce flame to shoot at the guy at the top. Actually, no. I'm probably going to do it at the guy that's right there. I'm going to probably shoot that guy with produce flame so I can kind of try and get him to follow me. And that is a ranged spell attack.
Which guy? The
guy on the... Oh, is it not showing on you guys for you guys?
Sorry, I wasn't looking at the map. Okay,
the guy on the right.
Cool.
And I haven't used this in a while. So I'm taking it a 9 misses.
Yes, it does indeed.
Okay.
Toity, would you make a con save for me?
A con save?
Yep.
Okay. Oh no!
Your hair starts on fire.
Ah! Wait, do I notice?
Yes, your hair starts on fire.
Okay, I'm just asking. Okay, does it hurt?
Yes, it does. You take
Geez.
1 fire damage. Yeah, so your hair just starts on fire.
That's right. Oh.
Yeah, it's been in the works for a while now. I'm just waiting for the next time you used it.
Well, okay.
Is that your turn?
That's all I can do.
Awesome. This is gonna be a fun combat, guys.
I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration item to Miggy just because he needed it last time.
Fair. Okay, cool. It is the clay golem's turns. So
Yay!
buckle up, buttercups. Let's go. All right. Let me just double check.
really wish I could go before them.
So is it just the hair on my head or all of my hair?
All just the hair on your head. Yeah, your beard doesn't go on fire.
Okay.
I mean, his beard is on his head.
On the top of his head.
Okay, there we
That's
go.
what I meant. Okay, so you guys see, right? These golems were like coming up out of the muck kind of slowly, and they're just like shaking off the like water and debris and stuff from the swamp. And then suddenly they all burst into motion way quicker than you would expect these things to.
Frick, that's not what I wanted to happen.
Yeah, and they just rush over to you guys. Let me see where I'm gonna put them exactly.
Woo! I did. I'm kind of glad I moved. Not gonna lie.
That's right. Come closer so Darius can put up the hood and make you all run away.
For one
And-
turn.
I mean, it's better than nothing. Then I can at least like use the beans to like put a force around us,
This is true.
protect us.
Shatter has Shatter. Oh frick, but not me. And Shatter will be at with. They'll have to make their Shatter saves at disadvantage.
Okay, so that they're gonna do that. This first one, right in front of you guys, is going to attack, Mickey.
Don't kill my boyfriend.
Wouldn't that be tragic if that just happened right now?
Oh, jeez.
All right, so I'm gonna
That's not
make
too bad.
con
Okay.
save for Mickey.
Hold
She
on.
has a bardic inspiration die.
I
Does he have a-
have
Sorry, yeah.
I gave it to him.
I have protection. I have I have protection, which while wielding a shield and a creature you can see attacks a target other than you within 5 feet, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
Sure. Okay.
Well, make a Constitution save and you get a +5. So I mean, that's already like
Yes.
pretty good odds.
Well, if he misses with the disadvantage. So, right?
Yeah, you can impose disadvantage, right, Darius?
Yep.
Yep. So that just happened. So how does that work exactly? Like, what are you doing? I'm curious. As
While wielding a shield and a creature you can see attacks a target other than you within 5 feet.
Oh, okay. So you just like
So
step
I'm
in front of
probably-
Miggy and like block it with the shield.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Cool. So we have this cool moment where honestly, I think Miggy does this purposely too. I think we get a flashback, right? Because Darius and Miggy have been training. And so he literally is just like Darius, and he just takes a step backward, and Darius, you just like step up and like the clay golem's like fist just comes down on it.
This is legitimately what I was hoping to have them trained to do.
Yeah. So I think it gets frustrated, and then it just tries to take another swipe at Ari, which it can do because of the thing that it has. So it made those two attacks, and it's make
because
a
of
third.
the thing that it can has. Yes.
yeah, it hits.
Yeah. So you take 13 bludgeoning damage, make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Nope.
Perfect. All right. Your hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to the damage taken.
Permanently?
The reduction lasts until removed by some other. Actually, yeah, you wouldn't know specifically, but I guess it says in the spell here.
Oh
Okay,
my
guys,
god, this is
you need to-
awful.
It's pretty
You
bad.
need to help me meet my goals so then I can get greater restoration at next level.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
Hold
guys,
on.
I don't even have greater
Awful.
restoration yet.
So
Okay.
so literally, this thing is like breaking your bones, Ari.
Hold on.
Yeah. Do you have a thing you can do, Jared?
When a creature within 5 feet of you takes damage, you can use your reaction.
But you
Oh,
already
wait.
used your
You already
reaction.
used it.
Does
You
the
Yeah, you
other
have
one
your
also?
action. Yep.
For Miggy.
Action?
Um,
Okay, yeah, it does use reaction. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, this is so bad. I don't have any like spells to like help or do anything. I don't think
Yeah. So that happens.
Buck's attacks aren't magical. I don't think. I think that's druids. That's not.
So basically, right, we get this awesome moment where Darius like steps up and takes the shield there. But then the thing's just like, what? And then just sees you there, Ari, and just like with the same hand, just like goes like this, and you just get like tossed. Yeah, it hurts. So that's that. The other ones are going to lay into Raya like nothing else.
Sweet, with advantage. Yay.
Oh, not
So-
our cleric.
What's your AC now?
17. Hit.
Yep.
Wait. I'll make one of them miss.
Yeah, you want to do that? Okay, cool.
Cool. Thanks.
All right, so then
Wait,
we'll
let's.
do...
We gotta roll first to make sure it misses.
And one of them will miss.
Yeah.
For sure, because it was an 18.
Yeah.
That third one also definitely hits.
Okay, I'm... so that was one of them, all three of its attacks.
Yep.
So it does a lot of damage.
Cool. Okay,
This
let
is
me do
not
that
good.
math real
It's
quick.
not good at all.
Let's see. Minus 18. Minus 14.
TPK.
Cool.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Cool.
This.
Okay, so this is the con save for the 18. Makes it. And
Nice.
this is the con save for the 14.
You make it.
No,
it's a 15.
I don't make it. It's a 15.
Oh,
No,
but
wait,
you're
sorry.
with next to Darius, yeah, so you get the plus 5.
Oh.
Yep.
What
Okay.
about? Oh wait, no, because she rolled a natural.
She rolled a natural fail, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So I make those. Now bring it on, other one.
Yeah, and so the other one does the same thing.
It's cool.
All of them hit.
Hit. 10, 16, 9. Okay, so
30.
I'm down after the first 2 hits. So
Okay.
would he still hit me after I'm down?
No, he probably do that last attack on Darius. So would a 23 hit you, Darius, I assume?
Indeed, it would.
Okay, so you take 9.
Because that's 9.
bludgeoning.
Okay, let me
And then-
make my con save for the 10.
Yep.
Fail.
Okay.
Con save for the 16. Make it.
Mhm.
So it's 10 less. So 10 and 14, so 24.
And then Darius make a con
Cool.
save for that 9 as well.
I think I made it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You did indeed. Cool. All right, awesome. So that's their turns.
I'm unconscious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we just see, literally, Raya is just like, oh my god, and just like slammed to the ground into the muck.
Yay!
Raya, would you make a luck save for me?
Okay.
Is this the first time she's gone down since she's been in the orb? Since she's had it?
10.
I don't know. Okay, so Raya, you land face down in this water.
I'm drowning.
You are
Oh,
drowning.
no. Darian, get her up.
So do I
Oh my
automatically
God.
fail a death save?
So,
Well, it's not your turn.
real quick thing that just happened. So I ordered a pizza from like a fundraiser thing that a church kid that I teach is doing, and I was really excited to eat that pizza. And Connor just comes down, and there's one piece of my pizza left on the platter, and he just puts it down, and I'm just like, what? Did you just eat my pizza? And he just left and didn't answer me. So that was rude.
Rude.
He comes home and he just eats my pizza. Yep.
I mean, you give him magic weapons and a wife,
Wow.
and this is what he does.
This is
to
what he
you?
does. Yep. This is what he does to me.
This is the nice thing about living with a roommate who can't eat the same food as you.
Yeah, that is pretty nice. Yeah, so Raya, you're drowning. So that's fun.
Cool. Just let me know what happens with that. you
Okay,
know?
sounds good.
I get the
Darius.
wrong person, the bardic inspiration die, apparently.
Could I take off my sandals and put them under her head and then?
Or just lay on hands or something.
Yeah, I'll
Have
probably
that.
do. you
Yeah,
know,
you're right
something
next
like
to her.
that.
So
Yeah, I know.
But by the way, Caleb, I think you
But
got
then
some.
he can't
Yeah,
use
I'm
the
looking.
hood. So it's like, do you
I
use
mean,
the hood? do you?
You could use the hood. Do whatever. I'm just drowning. It's
Yeah. Considering she's the only person who can actually bring any of us back to life.
I mean, it's true. Yeah.
I'm kind of a big deal. Also, Caleb, if you make me die the night I'm wearing my cleric shirt, that's gonna be so sad.
I'm so sorry. Who's? Oh, it's Darius. What did you do? What was
Yeah.
happening?
I'm figuring out. What
Oh,
I'm
okay,
gonna
sorry.
do.
I thought you did something and I missed it.
How many hit points do you have?
Me?
Yeah.
Total?
Yeah.
Now I have 34 is my max.
Okay, well, why don't you
This
When
is
do you-
going well, guys. This is going well.
When do you get greater restoration?
Next level.
good to know.
Wait, what? So we're gonna be stuck with this?
I just told you you have to help me accomplish my goals so I can get to next level.
Okay.
Hopefully someone at the Cult of the Dying Flame knows what.
Darius, just learn how to read really fast, okay?
Everyone's
That's
hit
so
points
much
depend on
work.
it.
Yeah.
You said
This is
you have 34 now?
Yeah, 34 is my new max.
Okay, why don't you take 34 health?
What? Okay. Okay, so I'm like awake now, but I'm still like lying face down.
Mhm. Choking on water, yeah.
Making bubbles.
Just bubbles, yeah.
And then
Is that just a thing you can do, or is that take an action or a bonus action or something?
it's an action for
Okay.
lay on hands.
All right.
Unfortunately, I do have a bonus action healing, but she would have had to have been conscious. She has to be able to hear me.
Which you definitely could not do you being underwater and unconscious.
Yeah, that's kind of the downside. But please let this be. Dang it, that's an action. That doesn't matter. That's an action. It's a bonus action. That's a 10-minute action. That's not going to work. That's a bonus action.
Yeah, I don't think we have 10
Help
minutes.
me. Yeah. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I thought you were going to say eeny, meeny, miny, you.
I mean, sometimes. I mean, really, there's not a lot I can do right now besides that. Attack. What's the other thing? Okay, I am going to shake my head in shame. Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything else. That's it for me.
Okay.
You can't like attack them or anything?
I just used my action to heal her.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can't have the thing doesn't if you have to attack to do that. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Raya?
Use disintegrate. Get us out of
I
here.
would like to stand up
Mm-hmm.
and then
This is where we see the true power of the orb.
yeah, so
Oh, you know what she hasn't done with the orb yet? She hasn't found anything that charms them.
Dang it! Why did I think of doing that on my? I don't know if these people can be charmed.
Well, but they have to be humanoids.
Are they technically humanoid?
Well, if you're doing like charm person, yeah. Rod of rulership could work on anything. And that can be charmed, or that can be charmed.
let's see.
Could these things be charmed is what they're asking.
You don't know.
Oh.
I might have to try on my turn.
I realize that if I'm gonna have any chance of being any help, I gotta get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So I stand up. I would like to, and that's half my movement, right?
Yep.
use my action to disengage and move to here. Because that's as far as I can move. And then...
Oh, dang it. But now, oh, frick. That's not going to work very well for me then.
Sorry, I just have to leave.
I know. I get you. It's just now I
And
can't hit them with shatter.
Why not?
Because I will hit you.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, could she go here instead? But
I'll try using my Rod of Rulership. Hopefully that'll...
Then I would like to cast my spiritual weapon in between them.
Okay.
Does a 13 hit?
No, it does not. I'm sorry.
Cool. That was my whole turn.
All right.
Oh, I want it to be down one more.
Yep, got it. Ari Armani. What's she gonna do, friend?
This sucks. I
really
literally can't do like anything.
especially because we don't have any spells.
It's because I don't have any like magical weapons really. All I have is the beans, and the beans aren't going to help in the situation because they're surrounding us. So
I think I have decided after this session, assuming any of us survive, I'm going to keep magic weapon prepared at all times.
I just really want Caleb to give me magical arrows, but that hasn't happened yet. So whatever, it's
I don't
fine.
blame you.
You can make a goal about it.
Ones that stick to walls.
After we find the Cult of the Dying Flame, I might. Because Ari is really sick of being useless in these situations.
Teleportation arrows.
Okay,
You
so
teleport
she's
wherever you
gonna,
That's all arrows, Jordan.
You teleported the arrow.
Yeah, I know.
Miggy is at full health.
Yep. For now.
And I'm technically at full health because of...
Yep.
So I can't cast... this sucks. Like, I literally can't attack. The only thing I can do is spike growth, but that only helps if they move. And I don't necessarily, like, because if Toidy's going to use the Rod of Rulership on them, I don't necessarily want to do that.
Could have Buck help.
I mean, I'll do that, but I'm just trying to think for my action. I can't
disengage and run.
I mean, I guess so, but I don't know that Ari would do that.
Or disengage to move somewhere to, or just like move somewhere to flank to help.
Yeah.
You could flank the one up here with Darius.
Could help though is, well, no, I can't because I can't leave that area. Well, if I disengage, I could.
Right, because you're not using your action for anything.
Right.
You could also dodge.
I could do that too.
Oh, yeah. I never remember about dodge.
Neither do I.
The only time I remembered to do that was when I was stuck in with one of these.
It's true. Yeah. We get a little flashback to the last time Ari had to deal with the construct. It was not fun.
I was like, well, crap. Okay.
Oh, that's what I should have done with my turn. Well, crap.
I think we're all kind of saying that a little bit right now.
It's wonderful. It's glorious to hear.
Okay. Ari's gonna do that. I think she's gonna be smart about this. She's gonna disengage, move here to give Darius flanking, and then have Buck go over here to well, no, she would have him stay with Miggy. And he'll do help for Miggy, but Miggy can't do anything either though, so that's the thing. Is that none of his weapons are magical either, so he's not going to be able to do anything either. Half of me is kind of like, let's just run, guys. She sees Toity in the other direction and Raya in the other direction.
You could very easily do that.
Easily is a bit of a stretch.
She doesn't want
the word and I'll run.
Really? Because every single time I've said that, it doesn't work.
It's true. It's true. This has happened multiple times.
And then she's like, crap, I gotta go back and save them.
Yep.
Yeah, but I just went down and I'm feeling not great right now, so.
Okay. Okay, I think that's what I'm still gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna disengage, go over there, and because she would go closer, I think it'd make sense that she'd want to go closer to Raya anyways. So she'll do that. Buck will do help for that golem, even though it won't help at all.
That one?
Don't do anything, but that's what she'd say. She's like, Buck, help.
Yeah.
And then she'd say, I'm gonna go over here now. So
Sounds good.
all right. My turn.
Sounds good. All right, so Miggy is
Be
a little
smart, Miggy.
intimidated by this.
Or actually, can I use my free action to say, Miggy, run?
Sure, I guess. Do you want to make a persuasion check?
No, because she's gonna fail. No. One time. I'm done. I'm done.
That is
no more persuasion checks with Miggy.
That is a lot of crit fails.
Wow.
That's 4.
I think you know what I think this is. I don't even think that this is Ari. Like
it's Miggy. He wants to prove himself. So
well, what if it's just like a character flaw of Miggy that he doesn't take, like he does like does he not listen to women or? Is
I think Miggy respects me enough,
No,
but
he does.
He just
Unfortunately,
Ari's just not persuasive.
yeah, he's not gonna run. So he's gonna take out his rapier, attack.
he has advantage, even though it won't help.
He hits and does half of that.
I thought they had immunity to these.
They do
things.
not. Yeah. Oh, you're right. What? Okay, I didn't actually know that.
That's
okay,
what I'm
cool.
saying.
Yeah.
It's
so
like,
he hits it and
Twilight
realizes it
literally
does
didn't
nothing.
do anything.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought that was
they're
rough.
resistant to it. They
Yeah.
are immune to it.
Yeah.
I would like to point out that it is at this moment that our DM just realized that we have no weapons that can actually hurt it.
I literally didn't realize.
Jordan,
Well,
Jordan,
you and I do.
Yeah, I'm like, we have temperance. I have my mace that
Yeah.
maybe I should just hand to Ari.
So
I have an
Miggy,
idea, guys.
Miggy does that. It doesn't work. Like he realizes he literally can't do anything to it, and so he is just gonna take a bonus action, disengage, and just run.
There you go, Miggy. He's gonna run behind Ari. Nice. Like, wait, Ari.
Toity, it's you, buddy. What you gonna do?
I have a really dumb idea.
I would love to hear your really dumb
We are
idea.
in very big trouble.
Use the rod of rulership.
I am, but I think I might do something else too.
He's gonna use the Iron Stone too.
I think I'm gonna take the
Oh,
Iron
man.
Stone out, put it up,
No.
and say, and with the rod of rulership in my hands,
No.
say, actually no, or do I? Okay, here's the thing, guys. Do we want to die?
No, so use the rod of rulership.
I'm gonna see if Balam can help me with the rod of rulership.
Okay.
'Cause I don't know how wise these things are, and if it'll
Sure.
even work.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say,
Can you somehow impose
I'm gonna
disadvantage
say, Balam, I could use your help right now.
Okay, yeah. So we get this moment of crystallized time where Balam says to you, "So once again, Toity, you come to me in your hour of need. I
Yeah.
enjoy these little times that we have.
Yes, I imagine you do.
So you would like to use me to channel the serpent's glory to become more glorious?"
Sure, why not?
Become more glorious.
Okay. Make a
persuasion check?
yeah, no, he's like okay with doing it. Make a wisdom save.
He's gonna possess you again.
Wait, how close do I need to be to Darius for him to help?
10 feet.
10.
Not gonna work.
Yeah, you're too far away.
You
I
could
mean, you
move
could get
first.
closer.
12.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. So I think what happens...
Dang it.
Why'd you do this, Seth?
Because there's a good chance it just wouldn't have worked. If one gets through, we're still screwed.
So they're all gonna have disadvantage on this.
Okay. It's a 15.
So they all fail.
God.
And there's no visible side effect yet. So, Toity, you command these things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a weird sensation because I think you get the sense that this isn't supposed to happen. That these things are supposed to have an immunity to this. And they do. They do indeed have immunity to being charmed normally.
See?
But using... Yeah, no, it was a really good... You would have wasted a turn if you hadn't used the Iron Stone.
And there was nothing else I could do. If I attacked in any way, shape, or form that would have been helpful, I'd have hit you guys too.
But yeah, so what we see is, Toity, you reach into these things... Minds? Question mark? Like... It's a very weird alien mind. You've touched on minds before, right? You have psychic magic and things like that, right? Mm-hmm. But this is the weirdest sensation I think you've ever felt before. Reaching into these guys' mechanical minds and like trying to bend them to your will. And you can sense obviously the might of Balaam's will behind yours, right? But there's a moment where you just kind of like stop feeling, I think, emotion and like have a real like weird out of body experience where like physical sensation just like feels distance. You feel like, I mean, honestly, like if we can think about this in terms of like a thing that maybe we would have a reference for, it's as if Toity just took his mind out of his body and put it in a computer. So it's like, and so what happens, I think, is the clay golems, just like stop and just like put their arms down, right? And they just like stand there. And then, they just like turn to you simultaneously, Toity, like soldiers. And, I think they start... Everyone hears like a humming, like a weird mechanical humming, but it sounds like, okay, so it honestly sounds like a synth, like a synthesizer almost.
Like a theremin?
No, maybe a little bit, but it's very like weird and like mechanical. But they're humming the song that Toity made up and has been like playing throughout the Fire Genasi places, right? And they just hum this briefly. They hum the melody once and then just stand there.
I just say like, because I probably put it out and said, stand down. And then they do that. I'm like, that's better. like stressed out, realizing like, yeah, I don't know what just happened, but it worked.
I got my band.
Toity and the golems, yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, guys.
And
I think we're good now.
Toity and the rockers.
So you hear Balaam say, well, at least for an hour. That's how long Rod of Rulership lasts.
It lasts 8 hours.
8 hours, right? Sorry. Yeah, I guess that's what I meant. Whatever the length is.
What on earth did this have to do with finding the cult with an iron flame? That was my goal with the survival check.
You don't know. It did. I promise.
I have an idea of what it was supposed to be. I have a feeling that these are the guardians of the cult, if I had to guess.
Well, let's see if we can like talk to them.
I kind of have an idea that they can, right?
Do you try to talk to them?
Well, I mean, like you okay. Given what I've just found, like they're very mechanical.
Yeah, I mean, Toity, I guess you have like them charmed. So I think like in your brief touch with their minds, it doesn't seem like they can talk. Yeah, I think that's probably something you can figure out.
They can do gestures, maybe, if they understand us.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to try to speak to them in primordial or something?
Sure. I'll say, who is your creator? I'm trying to word that the right way. Because I'm asking who's their master. It's me.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's your master?
they seem frustrated. They seem frustrated that they can't answer.
I don't think they can talk.
How about point us to where your home is?
Yeah. I'll say, did you say that in primordial or common?
I say it to you in common because you're their ruler, so I feel like you should say it.
Okay. No, I was just making sure because if you said what she said, like which direction is your creator?
Yeah, they all point in the direction you guys were going.
Well, looks like we're either going the very right direction or a very wrong direction.
Which direction is the cult of the dying flame?
Hmm?
Which direction is the cult of the dying flame?
Hey, you can just ask them that. Straight
Yeah,
out
sure.
and
I'll
see
ask
if it's
that.
the
What
same.
direction is the cult of the dying flame?
They keep pointing in the same direction. Yeah.
Well, how convenient.
Well, that's interesting.
Okay,
We
so
have them follow us or go in front of us.
do we want them to be around when we come
No.
back?
I don't know if you do.
No, definitely not.
It's also might be a very weird thing to like show up to the cult of the dying flame having control of their, if these are like guardians, right, of theirs. Yeah.
Well, we won't make it there in time.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Hey, here's my question. How far away are we from the last Yuan Ti village we found?
Like 1 hex, I believe.
So like I mean like hour wise.
8 hours of travel. Yeah.
So I'll say this is what I'll probably do. I'll command them like
you could literally command them to go attack the nearest Yuan Ti
I'll
village.
do
Yeah.
that. I'll do that.
Yes! Thank you! That's what I was going to suggest.
Okay. Yeah, you want to do that?
Yeah. But
Okay.
like there is a village so far away that direction. Go pay it a little visit.
I just like point them in the right direction.
I just say, Toity, be very direct with what you say.
Yeah.
I think Darius kind of
Stop
stepped. Can I just step out of the way?
They show up to the Yuan Ti village and they
Wave
they just
and
like
then leave.
they just wave. Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'll say this. Go pay them a little visit and raise their village to the ground.
Okay.
Tell them not to harm any of the Fire Genasi people.
Oh yeah, and don't harm the fire genasi.
And
Don't
don't fire the
fire
harm
the
Genasi.
Don't fire the harm Genasi.
D is for Lysdexia.
Well, that combat was no fun at all. Cody is now bald because he has no hair.
Well,
Oh,
so
yeah.
so what happened? I think because we kind of forgot about that whole thing. I think it was on fire, and then you must have put it out, or it just went out on its own. But you definitely have some scorched hair for sure.
Yeah, I'm probably like.
I imagine Toity was just like, and he like throws his head in the water right
That's
quick.
true. You could have just done that. Yeah. Yeah. Your hair. There's definitely your hair is ruined for sure.
It's like all like
Your-
I'm not.
your
I'm gonna.
beautiful
This is
hair.
what I'm gonna do. So after they walk away, I'm just gonna go. Then like look in my bag, pull out my disguise kit, pull out one of my wigs, and.
Perfect. So what is
Well, I'm glad I have this now.
what is Toity's new hairstyle then?
Can we just
Oh,
point out how awesome a Toity action figure would be, like with removable wig?
It's probably like some
he's
curly.
like a Barbie doll, right? We
Yes.
like customize.
No. He's a Barty doll.
The Barney doll. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna say it's probably like some curly brown hair or something.
Perfect. Yeah. So
Something that
Toity
does
is
not
grown.
look like its natural hair at all.
Awesome.
He might get sick of it after a while and just stay bald. To be honest.
Well, at
The
least we
funny
have a
about
good
that-
idea of where we're going now, and not just
Mhm.
like, "Ooh, ominous this direction."
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. So that happens.
Go.
So do you just like go
camp?
ahead and camp?
Yeah, probably.
Preferably not in the swampy area.
I was
I
about
mean,
to say
you're
like,
in a
if we
swamp,
can
but
find-
like
better area.
Yeah, but
Probably
like
fine.
Are these like stone structures over here a thing?
Mhm.
Because they're actually.
Oh yeah, can we investigate the ruins?
Yeah, sure. Would you like to make an investigation check?
I sure would.
Yeah, let's have one person do that, and then we'll give advantage to because everybody's helping.
I have +2. Who I know some other people.
what is it? Investigation? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm writing.
I have a +3.
I have a +3 as well.
Mickey has 4.
Well, okay, Ari.
Mickey has 4.
And
Yeah.
Mickey. Let's let Mickey do it, and I guess we can all just help Mickey.
Yeah, I guess Mickey
Yeah.
is the best investigation. That's weird.
Nice.
What?
Need our help.
Didn't
The
Wow,
party.
what does
need it.
Mickey find?
I don't know. Let's see.
Magic weapon.
Magic arrows?
You know what?
I think I might have messed up the camera order because my iPad.
No.
I mean, it would
You're
would
good.
make
You
sense
did
for
not.
why they were guarding the place specifically right there.
Oh, wow. Brick, if you're still in chat, thank you very much for the 1,000 bits that you just gave us.
Oh, I told you about that after he did it. Did you
Sorry,
not?
I didn't hear you. No, I
You,
didn't.
you said yeah. I'm looking. I thought you meant about.
No. Sorry,
And
I
I know
thought you
I'm
were
not
talking
shaving my head for immersion.
about
Not
something
happening.
else.
No.
I'll shave my head for immersion. Don't worry. When Mickey goes bald, I'll shave my
Same.
head.
I have a job that would not
Yeah,
be
you just
very
gotta.
happy.
What you have to do, Emily, is shave the front part of your hair and then just get horns there.
Oh, okay.
'Cause-
I was planning
Too
for
far.
immersion. Once I have Subu fall in love with me, to find a random person, tell them that I've known them since childhood. We fall in love and get married, and then I'm like, actually, I'm just using you for my D&D game,
yeah.
and then we'll live happily ever after.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly how that will go.
Right? That's how it's gonna go with Cebu, right?
100%.
Gonna be-
100%. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and roll on a treasure thing here.
Treasure table.
Yeah, I'll roll on a treasure table, and we'll see if you guys get some treasure.
I don't even know what I want us to find. Maybe
What a magic
new
weapon.
chainmail. New chainmail would be great.
Yeah, or +1 leather armor. That'd be great.
Because then
Blaze
it
true,
would
yeah.
be
Unfortunately,
refreshed.
those don't exist in this setting, because you're in Mesoamerica or South America.
What about stone plate armor?
Oh yeah, I would wear plate armor. That's fine.
I tried wearing plate armor once, but I got dinner all over myself.
That?
That was great.
That was pretty good. I liked that
I
one.
knew exactly where you were going with that.
Mhm.
Nope.
Yep,
Nope.
exactly.
Well, here, let me do this instead. This is taking too long. I'm gonna just open up the book here and let's roll on some tables, shall we? All
And
right.
I'm not doing that on
Close that
stream
break.
either. I'm not shaving my head. I'll get a haircut, but I'm not shaving my head.
That's what we'll do in Boise. Is we'll shave Seth's head
No!
and his beard and his mustache and one of his eyebrows.
There you go. That'll work.
The best part about that whole interaction was Seth's reaction. He's just,
It's not happening. It's not
You
happening.
have to sleep sometime.
Okay, that settles it. I'm definitely in my room when you guys
Putting
come.
locks on the
It has
door.
a lock.
Okay, would someone let's have
Me,
one
I'll do
person. Yeah, Emily, do you want to roll a D100 for me?
Okay.
36. All right.
That's 6 squared.
Can you roll a D6 for me?
I surely can.
That means there's various kinds of these things.
5.
Can you roll another D100 for me?
53.
Okay. Can you roll 4 more times on the D100 table?
Do
What?
we each get something?
No, don't.
Because I think that's
31?
what.
34, 9, and 67.
Yeah, let me double check if that's what's going on here. Yeah, let's roll 1d6 times on this table. All right, so you find some things.
You're welcome, guys, for getting a 5.
Thank you, Mickey, for rolling a natural 20 on your
Yeah.
investigation.
Okay, so
Thank you, DM,
first,
for being benevolent. And
My
giving us
boyfriend is
stuff.
so competent.
and so we can just assume we can just assume that you guys identify these things eventually, right? So we won't care too much about like that whole thing. You find a potion of supreme healing.
Ooh.
You find 2 potions of speed.
Hey, more drugs.
So you find these in like little clay vials, I think, right, with like stoppers. You find a spell scroll that has. Let me find.
So I'll need to find people who can use the spell scrolls I already have.
What did we find before? Oh, that's right. You found spells that are spells I already have, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's stuff that we already have or can't learn based on our classes.
Yeah.
So I already have thaumaturgy, prestidigitation, and vicious mockery scrolls.
I always hated that rule that you can't like.
So you can technically try to use them.
It can just go
anyone
wrong.
It can just go very wrong. Yeah.
Right.
Sweet, so I'm gonna do it.
1, 2.
Potion of supreme healing. Was it 2 potions of speed?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
And then the
Let's
spell.
see. You find a spell scroll of plane shift.
Ooh.
Guess who should get that one? I'm kidding, but
Say Darius can already plane shift.
yeah.
You also find an oil of sharpness.
Oil.
What?
I don't know what that does. Let's look it up.
I'm pretty sure it just makes like.
I
your
think it
weapon-
like makes better. Yeah, weapons better, probably. But it's like something you have to apply specifically when you use it, sort of a thing. Oil of sharpness
Okay, so
can coat 1 slashing or piercing weapon, or up to 5 pieces of slashing or piercing ammunition. Applying the oil takes 1 minute. For 1 hour, the coated item is magical and has a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls. Ari, you can make your arrows magical.
Have magic arrows.
yeah, but it takes a whole minute to
It
do
does.
it.
If you
and
have
it
a time to
only
prepare,
lasts an
though.
hour.
If you have a time to prepare, that might come in handy.
Yeah, but it's.
I mean,
it's
I'll
worth
take it for sure. I'm just saying this isn't going to help us in like an ambushy situation.
Yeah, and so, Alyssa,
Guys,
would
I
you
can
roll?
learn plane shift.
Would you roll another d100 for me?
Yeah. $82.
82. Cool. All right, roll a d4.
Two.
Oh, this is really cool, guys. Good. Get ready, buds. This is gonna be fun. Roll 2 d100s.
Oh my gosh.
There's some fun stuff you can get.
53 and 90.
Okay.
Or, 93.
Oh, wow. All right, so you find a crystal ball.
Ooh.
Crystal.
And so the legendary version of a crystal ball. So
Can I just point out that I made a joke about this the other
I
like
think you
last
did.
session?
Yeah, you did.
Oh my goodness. You did make this joke.
I needed to scry on Sabu.
Oh my goodness. This is incredible.
And so basically this means that there are 3 different variants. Roll a d3 for me, Ari. See which one it is.
A D3?
Yeah.
Okay. A 3?
Okay. All right, cool. So it can automatically do this. All crystal balls, while touching it, you can cast the scrying spell, save DC 17 with it. But also, this is a crystal ball of true seeing. While scrying with the crystal ball, you have true sight with a radius of 120 feet centered on the spell's sensor. So you can see people who are invisible, so on and so forth. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep. And then let's see, 93.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What is it?
What is it? What is it?
This is so cool, guys. I'm excited for you. I feel like you deserve some magic items after so long without them. So you guys, I mean, I guess I have been having you like unlock cool things with your magic items, but still. You guys get
I just charmed things that can't be charmed, so that was pretty cool.
a ring of fire elemental command.
Ooh, interesting.
So
that might come in handy later.
It will indeed, yeah, I'm sure.
Considering we've run into a couple elemental, well, one, I guess, an air elemental, but I have a feeling that that's going to be a theme in this for sure.
I mean, we're going to a place with fire genasi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's exciting.
So the ring has 5 charges. It regains 1d4 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. Spells cast from the ring have a save DC of 17. So when you so you can expend 2 of the ring's charges to cast Dominate Monster on a fire elemental. In addition, you have resistance to fire damage. You can also speak and understand Ignin.
Ignin.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so let's decide. So who's gonna get what? That's really fun.
Yeah.
Okay,
that is a
wait,
good thing
Caleb,
to decide. Yeah.
Caleb, so spell scrolls. If I read the scroll, then I know the spell and then can use it?
No.
How does that work?
Because so let me look up.
It's a 7th level spell.
Right.
And
Let me
I
look this up.
don't have 7th level spells yet. But I have a class where I am able to learn it. And I'm the only one of us who can learn it.
All right, so I'm just gonna read this off here. So a spell scroll bears the words of a single spell. If the spell is on your class's spell list, you can read the scroll and cast a spell without providing the material components. Otherwise, the scroll is unintelligible. Casting the spell by reading the scroll requires the spell's normal casting time. Once the spell is cast, the words on the scroll fade and it crumbles to dust. If the spell is on your class's list but of a higher level than you can normally cast, you must make an ability check using your spellcasting ability to determine whether you can cast it successfully. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a failed check, the spell disappears from the scroll with no other effect. So when you try to use it, you can try to use it before 7.
Okay.
So it's a one-use item.
Level. Okay, but it would be a DC 17.
But yeah, DC 17 to use it. So
cool. Well, I'm guessing that I will keep a hold of that since I'm the only one of us who can use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
What does the potion of supreme healing do?
I think it
And can
heals
you
you
split it?
supremely.
Is it like going to be like 8d4 plus 8 or something?
Well, my
like that?
question
I'll
is
look it
like
up.
it doesn't like fix the lost hit points.
I don't.
I think it just gives you temporary hit points.
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm just asking. You never
Yeah,
know.
no, yeah. We'll look it up. Potion.
So I'm gonna take the oil. I think.
Yeah,
If that's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Potion.
I just
feel
really
like-
want the crystal ball because it's cool, but I have no need for it.
Yeah.
Or
I
at
mean,
least
I
Grace
love
thinks
it.
she has a need for it.
Supreme healing does. Wow, this is the highest one you can get. It heals you 10d4 plus 20 hit points.
Dang.
That's a lot of health. So this is like the time you really need hit points.
So you
I
will
feel like
minimum
I
get 30 hit points.
Yeah, minimum.
Yeah, I feel like I should not be the person to hold on to it.
Yeah.
I feel like it
Makes
should be
sense.
somebody who doesn't
Probably
have healing
Darius?
spells.
Yeah, Darius.
Right.
Well, I have
Either
healings.
Darius or
But
That's
Darius does have
true.
lay on hands. Maybe
Darius as a barbarian would have been the person to
Maybe-
give it to, but
Miggy.
But
'Cause
Miggy's
he
gonna
has
But
get
he just-
hit down first.
it's
But he
he's not
just
going to need that
doesn't
many hit
have
points.
Yeah.
I can give Miggy a normal healing.
Yeah.
Then Toity, I guess.
Well, my idea behind giving it to Darius is he's the least likely to go down.
Oh, right.
So-
Like, so he can take a hit
Yeah.
and then have to use the... Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that makes the
okay.
most sense. He has the most hit points, I think.
Cool. And then I'm
No,
just
actually,
while we're
Ari,
doing,
I think.
Oh,
has
Ari
more.
does?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Mine was 76.
Okay, yeah. Darius
I-
now has more.
But yeah, now it's 63. So
while we're doing all this shuffle, I'm just gonna give Miggy a healing potion that I have
Okay, yeah,
for him to hold on to.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I will say this. I don't think I really need the Ring of Fire Elemental command. I already have fire resistance. I can already kind of
mean,
charm the thing.
You know what you guys could do? You
Hmm.
could easily give that as a gift to the Cult of the Dying Flame and
Let's
gain
do
some
that.
in their favor.
Let's do that.
Right?
The crystal.
Well, but we're giving
no,
them the mask, though, is the thing.
Right, but you could give them both, and then they would really like you.
That's very true.
Right?
Let's keep.
If it's not super helpful to you,
I don't think it would help me at all.
I mean, having
already
fire resistance, I think, is the most helpful thing. I don't know
yeah.
how much we're gonna
Torty
spread
already
the
has
fire
it.
elemental, but for
I already have fire resistance
that
and
would be nice.
yeah.
I already have fire resistance and the Serpent's Glory. I don't need the ring.
So, Darius.
Okay, the
do you
big
want
thing,
it,
though-
or-
Well, the other thing is, I'm assuming it also has the properties of the if you help slay a fire elemental when the ring is attuned.
It does not.
Or no, it doesn't. Okay, yeah. So at that point, it's like, yeah, we should give it up.
What
'Cause
is?
Let me look that what is the wording on that?
If you
Okay.
help slay a fire elemental while attuned to the ring, you gain access to the following additional properties.
Oh yeah, no, so it has to be you. You have to do this yourself when you're holding it.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Is I'm like, if we
If you
had the
fought
ring,
if you fought a fire
and fought-
elemental,
then it would be way helpful.
It would,
to us
'cause you'd be
you
immune
can
to fire
use
damage.
You would be immune to fire damage, and then you could use Burning Hands, Fireball, and Wall of Fire, which are all really good
but
stuff.
that is also not necessarily something that all of your characters know. You could make a check to
Right.
discover that.
Right. Well, we have to be
Yeah.
attuned to it.
Yeah.
But aren't you attuned to it after like so long?
Yes, so basically what it is if you're attuned to it and slay a fire elemental while attuned to it, then you gain these extra effects. But you don't necessarily know that. What I'm saying is this would be
Yeah,
like
we
an
wouldn't
extra
know
thing
in
you wouldn't
character.
necessarily know
Right.
about the ring when you
Right.
attune to it first. So
Okay. So it's between me and Darius, really. We can still give it as a present to the Cult of the Dying Flame, but one of us should hold on to it until then, at least.
What is it? The ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it would make sense for Ari to have it because she doesn't
Yeah.
really have that many magic items,
Mhm.
if any. She just has the oil
I have the
Um,
beans.
and the beans. I
Oh
guess,
my
yeah.
gosh.
And now
Oh
you can
my
make
gosh.
chili.
And I just want to throw it. I just want to throw it out there that Mickey has now found a ring and he's giving it to Ari, and his goal is to marry her.
Ooh,
Okay, so I would
foreshadowing.
like to frame the scene as such, though. So give
Don't
me.
do it.
No.
Don't do it.
Okay. So I was also gonna back up because I did want to kind of discuss like how Miggy finds all of this stuff. Like what are these things doing lying around in a swamp? So I think what happens is, right, you guys are all searching, but it's Miggy who finds this. I think what he finds is a piece of like a ruin, right? So a ruined wall of some sort. And everybody else is kind of like searching around elsewhere. But I think we see a flashback of Miggy. I think we see a flashback of Miggy. So we see him in his like family estate, and we see young Miggy, like 10 years old or something like that, running through the halls of this estate, like playing hide and seek with his brothers. And he like finds like basically he gets it's like a game kind of like half tag, half hide and seek. So he's like running from his brothers and trying to find a place to hide. And he like comes to some corner of his family castle that's just like super obscure and like dusty. Nobody's gone here in years. And he like backs himself into a corner and he's just like, oh no, I need to find a place because his brother's like coming after him. And he
goes into Narnia?
Well, so he accidentally he sees a curtain and it looks like it's just like a tapestry or whatever, right? That like just goes over the wall. But he accidentally backs into it and he realizes that, and he like hits his like elbow on like a secret, like a brick that like pushes in. And so suddenly he falls back into the tapestry and like there's like a secret passage beyond it, right? And we see this, and we see like some other flashbacks of him like using this as his secret hiding place whenever he needed to escape something. So we see his parents like yelling at him once when he's like a teenager, and then he like runs in there and like is crying like in his secret hiding place.
I just want to read my romance novel.
Exactly,
Mom.
right,
Oh.
exactly. And his parents were just like, "What are you doing? You're wasting your life," sort of a thing. But we see this, and then we see Miggy kind of inspect this wall, and he kind of just like puts a hand on it and just kind of like feels around a little bit, and he sees like like a brick of the wall or whatever, a slab of the wall, and he just like pushes it in ever so slightly, and we see like a circular kind of like little alcove just like open up in the wall. Kind of, it's literally like a clock, just suddenly like a time lapse clock, just like and like opens up. It's like circular opening, and he just looks inside and he sees all of these items, and it's just like by pure luck he's found this particular wall, and apparently someone in the long distant past hid a bunch of magic items in this alcove, and he just like finds this. And so you guys like, gather around him, and he's like, wow, there's all this stuff. And I think he like jokingly, Ari has the ring in his hands, and you guys are like looking at all the stuff. And he's playing this off as a joke, and very obviously, right? He's making an exaggerated gesture, and he just like gets down on one knee and just like presents it to you, and just like he doesn't say anything, he just presents it to you. But it's the obvious gesture, but he has this big dopey grin on his face when he does so. How do you respond?
Ari doesn't understand social cues.
It's true. Do you want to make an insight check?
Insight check.
Oh, natural one.
My goodness. This is not going to go well. What I roll?
11.
11.
I mean, that's what an average person would get.
Yeah.
So what does she gather? That like he's
joking,
joking,
it's
or?
obvious. I mean, he's being obvious about it. So it would just be if Ari was really bad at this that it would be a problem.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. She's just like,
and so he has one knee in the swamp water. Like this is a ridiculous whole situation that he's.
I just don't know how she would respond. I think she's just like,
just take it and not respond.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And he just like stands back up. He doesn't even think anything of it. He doesn't realize that he weirded you out at all. He just kind of like turns back and like grabs the crystal ball. He's like, "Oh, Raya, you might be interested in this," and just hands it to you.
Does she really
He
need
gives me the
another
crystal
orb?
ball. He gives me the crystal ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I mean, I think that makes the most sense,
It does,
right?
yeah.
It does. No, I mean,
As much as I would
Back
like
in
it, I don't have any need for it.
Yeah.
So
of all the things on the list, I honestly would probably take the potions of speed because
Yeah.
I'm the slowest.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that too, because you have the slowest speed, so kind of makes sense. Darius could get a quick getaway by just like jumping, and Mickey can disengage. So
Darius has ways to get a quick getaway if he ever needs to.
yeah. So
And
I
honestly,
mean, it
so
makes
Potion of
sense.
Speed also does the haste spell, which is even better than just more movement.
Oh, it does haste.
Yeah, so
Oh
you can
my
do
gosh.
multiple actions, Toity, which is pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah, you can
I
take
like
you
the
basically take another turn, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, haste is really good. Except, do you get exhausted afterwards, or like miss your next turn?
So what you're
Something like
saying is
that.
the potion of speed is just coffee.
Yes,
Just what?
it's just coffee.
Coffee.
Oh,
Let me look. You gain the effect of the haste spell for 1 minute, no concentration required. That is what it says. So I assume it does do what the spell does. When the
Yeah,
spell ends, the
when the
target
spell
can't
ends,
move
yeah.
or take actions until it's after its next turn. So you have a double turn, but then you'll have a.
Yeah, for up to a minute you can have double turns, but then when it ends, you miss a turn.
It also gives a +2 bonus to AC.
You have advantage
This is
on
very
dex-
good for Toity.
Yeah, you have advantage
it
on
is.
dex saving throws, and you gain an additional action on each of your turns. That action can only be used to take the attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action. But yeah, you have more actions. So that's cool.
This is awesome.
Happy birthday, guys.
thanks.
But mine's
Um,
not for a month.
Yeah. I know.
Poor Darius, he's the only one that didn't get anything.
Darius
cool
got the
items already.
supreme healing.
Yeah.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay.
Am I taking it, or are we giving that to
Yeah.
Ari?
No.
Please
You
take
take
it.
it.
It makes more sense for you to have it, I think, because you'd be the person out in front more than Ari would be. Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to be
Okay.
further back to hit people with arrows.
She can go
not-
up front, but like she's better with her arrows. So
It's not in the.
oh, it's not in the compendium.
No, so I'm gonna have to add it.
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't. We don't. There's not the option to buy the DMG on Roll20, which is dumb. So sorry, what was it? Supreme healing.
Yeah.
So just make a note that it's 10d4 plus 20 healing.
So what's the ring called?
The Ring of Fire Elemental Command.
Or it might just be elemental command, and then it's the fire one.
Yes,
Oh, okay,
that's true. It might.
Yeah, it's Ring of Elemental Command. Okay, so I'll drag that over.
Yep. So it's just for fire, but yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
10d4 plus 20, you said?
Yep. 10d4
Yes.
plus
Oh my
20.
gosh. Wow.
Is that all I need to know about it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So after we get that whole reveal, let's go ahead and take our one and only break. And we'll be back and finish out the session and figure out what's next for our party members. Yeah, cool stuff. You had a horrifying fight with some clay golems, and Tony may have sold his soul a little bit more, and then you got some magic items, so that's fun. All right, we'll be back with more Terra Nullius right after this. Stick around.